Enjoy the ride!
Hello, welcome back to Alex's Book Club. Don't let these Grinch pajamas fool you. I am fully in the Christmas spirit. How could I not be with this beautiful Christmas tree behind me, setting the ambiance, and my new Stitchmas mug with peppermint chai. For those of you that don't know, I'm a huge Stitch fan and Disney fan overall, so I just had to pick this mug up at TJ Maxx over the weekend. And then what else is putting me in the holiday mood is 3 recent holiday romances that I read, and I'm going to be sharing my thoughts and feelings about each of these with you, along with my ratings, and let you know if I think you should prioritize these reads during this holiday season. I'm going to be sharing these from my least favorite to my most favorite. So first up was a Christmas novella by Ali Hazelwood called Cruel Winter with You. I actually listened to this on Audible while trying to do some cleaning around the house. It was very short, about 73 pages, and it featured our 2 main characters, Jamie, our FMC, and Mark, our MMC. Jamie has known Mark his entire life because he is the younger brother of her best friend. She grew up always adoring him, but when they became teenagers, he professed his love for her, and it started to change her feelings towards him. Fast forward a few years after they had gone their separate ways, they met up again, and he let her know that once he was worthy of her love, he would ask her out officially. So the 2 continued to stay in contact and met up again, and he became very successful and true to his word. He felt worthy of Jamie's love, so he professed his love for her and wanted to be together, and she denied him. And fast forward again 4 months later, the 2 are in a snowed-in scenario and have to come to terms with why Jamie rejected Mark and get to the bottom of it. I gave this novella 3 stars. It was cute, quick, but it was definitely cheesy and a bit cringy at times. The fact that a 19-year-old boy used language like, "I will come back to you when I'm worthy of your love," was very unrealistic. And some of the language during the spicy scenes was definitely cringy. So it was cute. I'm glad I read it. It kept me busy while I was cleaning my house. Honestly, I think you can probably skip this one unless you really enjoy best friends, brother tropes, or other tropes like forced proximity or It's Always Been You, or if you are getting close to your year-end reading goal and need a quick read. But other than that, I think the other 2 books that I'm about to share with you are probably more worth your time. Next up, we have Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. You've probably seen this one talked about all over BookTube. If you haven't, I'll give you a quick synopsis of this one as well. We have our 2 main characters, Harriet, our FMC, and Nolan, our MMC. They have a unique relationship because Nolan is the ghost of Christmas past sent to haunt Harriet. He shows up in her living room unexpectedly early one December and scares her. He follows Harriet and goes back in time to her past to try to figure out why he is haunting her and maybe figure out what transgression she has to come clean about. He quickly realizes that Harriet is a good person and there really is nothing that stands out as to why he was assigned to her. After a few days, it becomes apparent that Nolan may be assigned to Harriet for Harriet to help him figure out some things about himself and help him move on into the afterlife. Because this book was hyped up so much, I was really expecting it to be a 5-star read for me. So I was a little bit disappointed when I didn't get those feelings from it. Don't get me wrong, it was still a really good book. The premise especially was really interesting. However, I felt that Nolan went very quickly from being annoyed with Harriet to being completely infatuated with her. And his attraction to her was very physical in nature. It kept talking about how he hadn't experienced human touch in over a century. And so he kept talking about her physical attributes, and that was what was drawing him to her. Later in the book, you find out that there may be some other reasons why he was so quickly attracted to her. But for 95% of the book, you feel that their attraction was based on physicality. We also don't really learn much about Nolan. We figure out how he dies and about his occupation, but that's really it. And that was a little disappointing, especially because Harriet was such a well-developed character. We found out all about her family dynamics and her inability to live up to her mother's high standards, about her close connection with her aunt and her profession as the antique shop owner. So in comparison, not finding out much or going in depth about Nolan's backstory was a little mismatched. For the shortcomings in this book, there were things that definitely stood out, especially the spice scenes in this book. They were much better than the previous novella that I read, and the ending was very satisfying. For these reasons, I give Good Spirits a 4-star, and I highly recommend it, especially if you're familiar with the classic A Christmas Carol. This is definitely a more up-to-date and unique retelling of that story. Last but certainly not least, I read Holiday Romance by Catherine Walsh. I was going through Kindle Unlimited and I stumbled upon this holiday romance. It was very highly rated and I had never read anything by Catherine Walsh, so I decided to give it a try, and I'm so happy that I did. This gives The People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry vibes, but add a Christmas twist to it. We have our two main characters, Molly, our FMC, and Andrew, our MMC. They are both originally from Ireland and are going to college in Chicago. They meet by chance on a flight home back on Christmas break to Ireland. Molly's roommate is actually dating Andrew at the time, and she's cheating on him, but Andrew does not know this, and Molly is super uncomfortable sitting next to him on the flight home. But the two become friends on that flight, and every holiday season after that, they sit together on their 7-hour flight home and develop a really close friendship. They talk to one another and see one another other times than the flights, but the book focuses on each of their previous flights. On their 10th anniversary of their first flight back home together, they are sent on a wild adventure because there's a huge snowstorm that's preventing them from getting back home, and they go on this roundabout adventure, having to make multiple stops in different locations. On these adventures, there is some mistletoe in one of the airports, and the two are pressured to kiss each other. And when they do, Molly starts to feel more than friendship from Andrew, and she doesn't know how to process these feelings, so she kind of becomes awkward and hides them from him. He later has her kiss him again, and she still feels the same feelings for him. So over the course of their multiple flights home, they have to talk about their feelings, and once a romance does blossom between the two, they have to come to terms with what that means. Their future plans may jeopardize this. Do they want to do a long distance relationship? Things like that. I gave this book 5 stars for many reasons. The banter between the female main character and male main character was so good. It definitely made me think of A Funny Story by Emily Henry. It was just that good. Some of the quotes in the book were so good as well. I'll share a couple here with you, but the way that Andrew was so down bad for Molly, and you see in previous flights that maybe even though they were both dating other people, he always had true and loving feelings for her. I'm realizing that when I read romance, I really do enjoy the friends to lovers trope. I feel like it lets the reader see the development of the relationship and why the two are connected, as opposed to just a meet cute that results in physical attraction. I would definitely put this one at the top of your holiday romance reading list. What other holiday romances do I need to read? I have to admit, reading 3 back to back to back, I do need a little break, so I think I am going to switch gears completely and read something else. But in the week leading up to Christmas, I'll probably want to pick up at least one more. So please let me know in the comments what is your favorite holiday romance and what I should prioritize this Christmas season. If you made it this far, thank you. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. I'm hoping to do a few more videos before the end of 2025. I would love to give you all of my 5-star reads and recommendations for the year. I think that's probably going to be my next video, but if you have any other ideas or recommendations for videos, please also drop those in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Thanks again for listening to my recent holiday romances, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.